Every successful trader has felt the same fear that you're feeling right now. The difference is what they did about it. Let's be real, trading is scary, and anybody who tells you that it's not either hasn't started or they haven't lost enough money yet. Whether you're brand new or you've been in the trading game and you've taken a few L's, that fear can definitely be paralyzing. But fear isn't your enemy. The lack of a plan is. So if you've ever hesitated or frozen up or been too afraid to pull the trigger on a trade, trust me, you're not alone. And let's talk about it, because having fear of trading is real and it shows up for different people in different ways. So you have the what if fear, and that's the fear that usually hits a lot of newer traders. What if I lose everything? What if I'm not good at this? What if I blow up my account and I'm never able to recover? That fear is based on the unknown. So you're stepping into something new, something technical, something that is and looks risky, and your brain is really trying to protect you. Then there's the it happened before fear. And this one hits a little bit deeper. Okay, so maybe you've already taken a loss. Maybe you've already been humbled by the market before. Maybe you've actually sat and watched $347 disappear in less than 5 minutes. Both of these fears are definitely valid, and both fears are also beatable. So the first thing you need to do is take a step back, breathe, and paper trade like your money depends on it. And look, we get it. Paper trading is boring. It's not real money. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't matter. So what? That mindset is why so many people blow up their accounts when they do start going live. This isn't about just clicking around in a demo account once or twice. No, take it seriously. Start with something realistic. Start with $500 or start with $1,000 in paper money and pretend like it's real. Okay, wake up like it's real. Build a watch list. Set price alerts for your entries. Track your entries and your exits like you're actually risking your rent money. Okay, here's a solid approach. For 1 to 2 weeks, focus on one trading strategy. Let's say breakout trades. Find 3 to 5 breakout setups and trade them. And don't just track your profit and loss percentages, but also write down how you actually felt in that moment. Was I nervous clicking buy? Did I actually stick to my stop loss? Okay, and so a few platforms I want to highlight in this video that are great for practicing with trading. Have Webull.
Really quickly before we get into Webull, we've been talking about getting over your fear of trading. And here's the thing. Sometimes the best way to build confidence is to start with something that you actually understand. Webull just launched prediction markets. With the Pro Football Championship coming up, the timing couldn't be better. You can trade contracts based on whether you think certain outcomes will happen. Will a team win? Will the total points be over or under a number? Each contract is simple. It settles at $1 if it happens and $0 if it doesn't. What I love about it is watching how the market interprets events in real time. Prices move as new information drops, an injury report, a weather update, and you start to see how sentiment shifts. It's actually a neat way to think about probabilities in a whole new way. Plus, Webull is also offering $0 commission on these big game contracts. Exchange fees still apply, but no commission on the trade itself. It's a regulated platform through a registered FCM, so you're trading with transparency and oversight. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to look into it. Just a quick disclaimer, event contract trading is highly speculative and may not be suitable for all investors. Check out the event contract risk disclosure at webull.com/policy for all the details, and consider consulting a financial professional, not me. Okay. All right, but let's get back to the video.
And Webull's paper trading lets you trade live with the market real time. So you're gonna see the same charts, the same data, and honestly experience the same emotion, just with fake money. This is perfect for getting that real market feel without the real market consequences. So try trading that morning volatility between 9:30 and 10:30 for 2 weeks straight. Treat it like it's real money. So that means if your plan was to cut a trade at 10%, cut it. I know it can be hard. And also, if your plan was to, take profits at 20% or even scale out and buy more, just scale out. If you normally would risk 2% of your actual money on your trade, then do the same thing in your paper account. Don't get brave now. This isn't about learning your strategy. It's more so about learning yourself. How do you react when a trade starts to go against you? Do you start to panic? Do you freeze? Are you cool? Do you get FOMO and then jump back in a losing trade? One thing that'll really help you with accountability is to take a screenshot of every trade and document how it played out. Okay, and don't do this just for your profitable trades, but also do it for your losers. The goal is to get comfortable making decisions under pressure, because that's how it's going to be in the market. All right, the next thing is to build knowledge. Become a sponge. Remember how we just talked about paper trading to build your emotional reps? Well, this is the other half of the equation. A lot of time, fear comes from uncertainty. So if you're afraid from trading, then there's probably something that you don't fully understand yet. Fill in those gaps. Study whatever strategy you're trading in different market environments. Okay, so see how this setup performs during earnings season, during a Federal Reserve meeting, or just when you have high volatility days, and also pre-market gap. So that knowledge is going to become your safety net when things start to get crazy. Keep consuming content about trading strategies like you are right now. Keep learning about technical analysis and practicing risk management. Watch more videos, listen to podcasts, take courses, read books, whatever format clicks for you, just always stay learning. And so the goal is to keep filling in those knowledge gaps until all of the pieces start connecting. Every successful trader that you look up to, they didn't just start learning from their first profitable month. They kept studying, they kept asking questions, they kept getting deeper into the concepts that make or break trades. Also, rewatch your trades. So break down what worked and what didn't, and really understand the mechanics behind your decisions. So the more you know, the more grounded you're gonna feel. And that fear that you felt, it's gonna have a much harder time living in a well-educated mind. So think of it this way. Every piece of knowledge that you gain about trading is like armor against panic. If you have an understanding of why something happened, then you're gonna be a lot less likely to freeze up when it actually comes down to it. Now let's talk about one of the biggest killers of fear, and that's having a plan. Not a vibe, not hope, but an actual plan. So before you even press buy on any trade, you have to have three things. Your entry, which is the signal or the price zone that justifies getting in. Your take profit, whether that's a specific price target or a percentage gain. And then also your stop loss. And this is the point where you're going to close the trade without hesitation. In this video, we're not going to get into trading ratios, but just understand this. Every single strategy that you choose to trade needs these three levels before you enter. It makes sense because the market is unpredictable. I read a story once about a trader who was absolutely convinced that a stock was going to break out.
I'm telling you, every technical signal is screaming breakout.
And so he told this to a businessman that he was having lunch with. And then that guy kind of smiled a little bit and he took out his phone, called his broker and said, "Hey,
sell 2 million shares of beans."
And then within minutes, the price of that plummeted. So obviously the breakout didn't happen the way the other guy thought it would. We can't control the market, but you can control your risk and set your exits. Let's just go over how you can set these things up for two really popular trading strategies. So we talked about breakouts. Now for breakout trades, your entry is going to be when the price breaks above a resistance point with high volume. Your stop loss can go right below where that entry level was, and then your take profit, you can look for the next major resistance zone, or you could use a ratio of 2 to 1 reward to risk ratio. Now for For pullback trades, which are one of my favorites, your entry is gonna be when the price bounces off of a key moving average level in an uptrend. Your stop loss goes right below that moving average, and your take profit targets could be a previous high or a resistance level. When you have those three things before your trade, then that kind of cuts that uncertainty. Of course, you don't know 100% what's gonna happen, but you know how you can react to it. It cuts down on overthinking and fear. Remember that 4-week trading plan that we talked about earlier? This is where it all comes together. So for weeks 1 and 2, pick one of these strategies and define your entry, stop, and your profit target for every single trade. Track everything, not just your profits and your losses, but also how you felt during the process, and leave a comment below and let us know which strategy that you're choosing to focus on. For me personally, like I said, it's the pullback strategy in a longer term trend. The community here is pretty supportive, and we're all here to help you through the journey. So if you like this video, please make sure you click that thumbs up button for me. It really helps the channel. Also subscribe and click that notification bell so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video for you guys. All right, and I'll catch you on the next one.